Well, welcome to the party. I see Fabio's here. That's exciting. I'm really excited for Fabio and Mitch to show off the magic that has been coming on. But yeah, let's just get this party started. Zep, are we rolling?
Yeah, good.
Okay, so first off, I want to praise Livia for taking a week of vacay. It's always hard to get away, but it's so important. So major praise to that. Wonka for taking on the 75% governance give back vote, and Zep and Tam for taking on the other two votes and really diving into Hatch governance. Vitor for leading the dashboard and holding down the back end. Fabio and Pedro for hacking so hard on the dashboard front end, and I can't wait for Fabio to show off. Oh my gosh. I want to give major praise to Mitch for taking on the product ownership role for the dashboard, even though he didn't really mean to, but he just did. I want to praise Marco for, of course, the incredible design work that he's been doing there, and Nuggan for the back-end work, and Lauren for the QA, and Mount Manu for the amazing user testing. The Parameters is really excited to show off our first release. I want to give major praise to Paulo and Sem for their work on EVM CRISPR and that they're pushing so hard on. Oh no! I want to praise Bradley for setting up the hash postmortem thing, and definitely keep Bradley in your mind because he's in the hospital right now. I want to praise Rochelle for helping with payments, Chewy for coming so strong with the TEC Comms post upgrade plan, Nate, Katie, Kelsey for jumping in the TEC case study, Nate and Lauren for the great work on the blog post that they're working on, and Coach B for working on work agreements. And I'll pass it to Anna Marie.
I would like to thank Livia for her incredible post in the forum, the TEC Commons Covenant and the reward system moving forwards. To allow for his post on abstracting complexity for non-crypto natives. Manu for all the CCD parameters forum posts. Wanker for amazing gravity training stewardship, and M. Hauer for gravity training POAPs. I want to praise Metodo, Aliosius, Innovator, Storypup, and Diageo Rossi for gathering for a kickoff meeting tomorrow about the TEC agreements. I would like to praise Gideon for all his forum posts and getting so involved so quickly. I'd like to praise YGG also for his recent comments in the post, super supportive. And with that, I will pass to Mitch.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. I'd like to praise Sam for his technical feedback and insight on the proposal, specifically 75% governance rights. Tam and Zepti for their buy-in proposal for the ABC. To our Brazilian developer ninjas, Pedro, Fabio, and Vitor. Marco, of course, for his never-ending design work. And I'd like to praise Livy for leading SoftGov. And I'll give it to Acid Laser.
Mitch. So, hello everyone. So, I would like to praise Nate, Lauren, Juanca, and Zero for getting me involved in their projects this week. And praise for Chewy for coming back and his new haircut. And for all his support to me. And Ivy, David, Maumanu, and Chewy for all their contributions in comms. And I pass it to Tam.
Hey, so I have a list, but okay. I want to praise Ivy because she's just such a foundation for a lot of everything that we do, and for Shell for all the work she's been doing. I'd like to praise Angela for just being so forceful in TE and I feel like carrying a lot of token engineering forward. YGG because he's always astounding me with how he gets to do so much, and I wish I could do as much as he could do. Griff because he's such an amazing leader and I think inspires so many of us. Aloysius and 08 because you guys have been everywhere, and I'm starting to see you guys are taking up a lot of initiatives, and that's really cool to see. Dan for being the trusted seed gardener and so caring for everyone in the trusted seed. Christopher for having a nice vacation and then coming back and dealing with some of the swag shop issues. Eduardo, Katie, Anne-Marie for the initiatives around orientation. And Zep for always being able to help pitch in. And I'll pass to Mitch. Have you gone?
Yes, I've gone already.
I'll pass back to Griff to pass on.
Sure. Let's throw it to Chewy.
Thanks, Tam. Thanks, Griff. I'd like to praise, well, both of you, Tam and Griff, for our great one-on-ones. It was like such a warming welcome, and I got the chance to catch up with stuff. So lots of peace for you guys. I'd like for their to comms, and just like they're everywhere. I've been doing also a lot of outreach in other communities, and you guys are like amazing. You guys are superhumans. I'd also like to praise our beloved comms team, David, Ivy, Acid Laser, Mount Manu. I'm very excited for the projects that are following, and yeah, we'll keep you posted about that. And also Juanca for all of the prep for Graviton training. And I'll pass it to, I don't know if you already went, Nagin?
Yeah, hi. Well, I'd like to praise all the Params teams, so Mitch, Marco, Lauren, Griff, Fabio, Pedro, Mount Mano for the testing, Vitor for taking on some leadership and doing it great. And yeah, I don't know who wasn't. No, and Zeptimos for always being there also. I'll pass it to Peter.
Hey everyone. I'm just happy to be here. Praise all of you. A very cool community call. Thanks. I guess I pass to Griff and he'll decide next. Thanks.
Nice. Thanks, Peter, for jumping in. I'll throw it to Eduardo.
Hello, everyone. I want to dish praise to Nate for, even though so busy, always present and available. I want to dish praise to Juanca for the initiatives regarding the proposals, and also for Tam and Septimus for the proposal too. I want to dish praise to Anne-Marie and Shuga for a very nice call yesterday. And yeah, I will keep it short today. So back to you, Griff.
Thanks. Let's throw it to Lauren.
Hey everyone. So I'd like to praise Nate for collaborating on the TEC Hatchwhat's next post, and also to Katie and Chewy for editing it. I want to praise Acid Laser for pushing out really cool graphics on demand, and I think he made graphics for all the YouTube videos too, so I want to praise him for that. I want to praise hey, it's not over yet. I want to praise Zefty for always managing the live streams. I want to praise Tam and Griff for keeping a bird's eye view and taking care of everyone as individuals as well. I want to praise Olivia for working on the covenant and also sharing it with me so that I can like take some pieces for Giveth, and also Sean for like good legal advice and for being just like helpful all around and answering questions. I want to praise Wonka for the post on the next Graviton training and for also organizing that. I want to praise Mitch for pushing out Commons configuration dashboard post just like all of a sudden so that we had a nice link to direct people to. And I want to praise everybody working on the Params team, Mitch, Vitor, Nuggan, Pedro, Fabio, Marco, Griff, because it's just like tons of work and all these people are like holding down so many things. Oh, and I want to praise Stewie for jumping back and leading comms, and we missed you so much and I'm glad you're back. And I'll pass it to Katie.
Thanks. Yes, I would like to praise the Params team, which I feel like I don't often get a chance to do that. So yeah, who do we got? Vitor, Fabio, Pedro, Mitch, Lauren, Mount Manu, Nuggan, Marco. Yeah, Mitch, I've been reading some great stuff. So praise to Mitch for forum posting. And then praise to Livia, Juanca, Tam, and Zepti for proposal posting. And praise to YGG also for commenting, but also YGG and Octopus for doing a lot, apparently some behind the scenes stuff in supporting some of the info that's going into that, as Livia mentioned. And also I'd like to praise Ivy for being so wonderful and helpful and all over, and David also for being around all the time, it seems like. And finally, I'd like to praise Anna Marie, Edo, Nate, for orientation stuff, and Kelsey for case studies. And did I say Nate? Yes. Okay. I will pass back to Griff. And Griff too, please. Praise.
Thanks. I'll pass it to Fabio.
Thank you, Griff. So I would like to praise Pedro and Vitor for the hack sesh we had yesterday here in Brazil. So it was great. We have done a lot of work. Praise Griff, of course, for the support, and also everyone who has some time being involved with the dashboard, like Lauren, Mitch, Negan. So I would praise everyone. Griff, the next one, please.
Oh man, you guys are lazy today. Come on, I have to pass for everyone. No, I'm just messing. Craig, do you wanna go?
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me? Nice. Wow. Maybe I'll just say Lauren and Katie really covered the whole gamut. Everybody's doing such good work. Maybe somebody slid through the cracks of those excellent praisers, but we'll leave it at that, and I'll go back to you, Griff.
No problem. Let's throw it to Wonka.
Thanks, Griff. Yeah, I would like to praise Libby for proposing the rewards mechanisms and also for taking time for herself. I want to praise Suga for helping with softcode while Libby's gone and caring to study the different boat use cases. Tam and Septi for their proposals. Nate and Anna-Marie for the work they're doing for promoting the organizational identity. Griff for a one-on-one we had this week. Acid Laser for the infographic and rocking designs for the Graviton training. Chewy for returning. And praise to the facilitator team of the Graviton training. And also praise Michael Herrer for helping with the pod. Yeah. I will pass to Chewy. Did you go?
Chewy went. That's okay. There's only 2 left, so I can finish it off. Let's throw it to Nate.
Thanks, Griff. I want to praise Lauren and Chewy and Suga for the helping with the What's Next post. Just amazing job, amazing work. I want to praise Acid Laser for all the great design work you've been doing recently. It's pretty phenomenal. I want to praise Olivia for all the just setting up the foundations for all the SoftGov. There's so much work being done in SoftGov right now, and for taking time off for this week. I want to praise Wonka for setting up the next cohort of Gravitons to be trained. Praise Ivy for all the work at HubSpot. Same with Chewy. I want to praise Chewy for that as well, for setting the foundations for HubSpot. And praise Eduardo for the TEC Scouts work. I want to praise Anne-Marie and Suga for onboarding and just all the inclusion initiatives that you've been taking on. I want to praise Mitch, Marco, and Griff for all the Commons configuration dashboard stuff, Lauren as well. That entire team. And then I want to praise that Zeptimus for the expanded engagement in different working groups. It's really awesome. So with that, I'll pass it to Zepti.
Oh, thank you, Nate. Timer first. I want to give praise to Tam. We did a really nice job working together. I think we do a really good team, and it was very fun. I want to give praise to Edu for the proposed framework for receiving projects proposal. I want to give praise to Nate for all the engagement in the forum. I want to give praise to Juan and Sean from Legal for taking and reviewing the rules and boundaries for platform admins. I want to give praise to Griff. I was bothering him the whole week, and he was always answering so fast all the questions I had. I want to give praise to Ivy. I mean, she do a lot, but I want to give praise her for the database, Twitter, the prize queen, and she's a rockstar. And I want to give praise to Acid Laser. He's so fast updating the thumbnails, and our YouTube channel is looking so cool. I want to give praise to Libby for all the love she puts on every cultural decision we make as a community. And I want to give praise to Mitch for the feedback share on the initial buy proposal, and yeah, for taking ownership on the dashboard. Miss you rocking, and I'll pass it back to Greg.
Well, YGG slid in just in time to give the final praise. YGG, you got any praise to dish?
Always awesome. I'm so glad I made it. Thanks, Griff. Yes, I would like to praise Anna Marie for such wonderful blog posts, a culture of self-organizing small teams and sharing the responsibility. Really mind-blowing work, and it's really exciting. It looks like some opportunity for improvement, and I hope everyone gets a chance to read it. And I also want to praise Tamara for being so efficient in communications and making herself available. I haven't been able to make the steward calls due to a conflicting schedule, and she's made time to get me all caught up on Mondays. So really looking forward to that. Back to you, Griff.
Great. Thank you guys so much. Let me get the shared screen going. Thank you guys for all the praise. Oh, I love starting out these calls with that praise. It is so much fun. I have a couple extra praises to give. I want to praise Zeptimus for doing the timer that keep us on track. Look, we only took 17 minutes giving praise. It's like a new record. Thank you, Zep. And also Ivy for writing down all that praise. It's a lot of work. And also setting up all of these cool slides. Like it's Community Call 46. She's keeping track now, which is awesome. And we have a lot to go through. So let's dive in. But if you love praise as much as the rest of us, you can dish praise. You don't have to wait till Thursday to dish praise. You can dish praise in the TEC Discord channel whenever you want. You just have to go get the praise powers. So, and check out that praise channel if you ever get down and you want to see some action. Oh man, there's so much love being dished. And if you want to see it on another platform, we also dish praise in the Telegram, the TE praise channel on Telegram. So definitely check that out. Of course, we're still celebrating that we basically doubled the min goal. So that's super cool. And we actually have a DAO with $1.5 million in it. So things are getting real. But to keep this realness still chill, it's very important that we remember that if there's any kind of awkward problems or challenges in our relational fabric, we have this awesome gravity type form. Please, please, please fill it out. We want to catch these things early so that they don't fester and become something that ends up with ostracism. So the earlier we can get any kind of problems in the community, the better. So don't be shy, fill out that gravity type form. And also to avoid conflicts from ever happening in the first place, the advice process is it's like our core foundation. To stay flat and make everything easy, before you make a decision, please go out there and tell people about it. Tell the people that you think will be affected by the decision. Tell the experts on the topic. Ask their advice before the decision is final, right? So just if you have the chance, I know sometimes these processes seem so obvious, but it's kind of like insurance that maybe you're not missing something. So advice process is like a core fundamental thing that keeps our culture strong. So let's dive in. But yeah, so then let's just jump into the working groups. And of course, as always, Tam will kick it off with the community stewards.
Cool. So we are at sprint 17 now. And let me share my screen as well. This one. Okay, hold on. So we are at sprint 17, and for anyone that isn't already on the ZenHub sprint board, this is what it looks like, and how you can check and see what is going on with the TEC working groups every week or every 2 weeks. You just filter by the sprint here, and we'll have all of the work that we've planned for this 2 week sprint. Okay, I also want to say it's also really helpful to search for these labels, help wanted and help needed, or for contributors, because we've been slowly starting to build places where we need help or things that are good for contributors to pick up. And I'll sort of move on to the next thing there, which is we need some help. We've been looking for someone in DevOps that can help with some technical issues we've had with the swag shop. We've had some orders that were made on the shop, your Cool Hatch t-shirt, but it never makes it to the back end. And we don't have somebody skilled enough in DevOps to take a look at it. So if you know someone that wants to help the TEC continue to give swag to the community, have them reach out to Christopher, or myself or Ivy, so we can help with that. I also want to say we'll be doing a sprint onboarding next week. So if you're interested in participating, it'll be on the TEC calendar, or you could reach out to me and I'll let you know when it is. But as soon as the date gets locked down, it'll be on our calendar as well. So community sync. So our Stewards sync happens every Wednesday. And, normally it's just the Stewards, but I want to say shout out to Aloysius for joining us this week. It's always cool to have other people participate in the Stewards call as well. But these are the kinds of things that we go over. The agenda is in the calendar entry itself. If you want to sort of go like everything is super open and transparent, you can join us. You can look at the notes afterwards. We talked about this spotlight at the end of this community call and how we might want to make improvements to it. Nate is working on that. We talked a lot about the proposals that were just published to the forum, and I encourage everyone to please go and participate. The proposal for an initial buy of the bonding curve, the 75% restoration of deleted governance, and the accommodating lost addresses. We talked about the different tools we can use for decision-making spaces. And we talked a little bit about working group funding. And then Eduardo presented an idea that's sort of starting to hatch, which is around building a community building working group. So there's a lot that goes on. We almost always run out of time and we never really get to finish this agenda, but there's always a lot for us to talk about every week. And I just want to say again, here are the forums. You could see how much is going on. There's so many really interesting debates and conversations and discussions happening right now. So I'd love to encourage everyone to go to the forums, to read and to reply. And then lastly, if you're new to the TEC, welcome. We're so excited you're here. Suga is leading the orientation team, so reach out to her. And of course, there's also Anne-Marie, who's been doing an amazing job welcoming people, Eduardo and Nate as well. And that's it. And normally I would pass to Santi, but I had a sync up with him today on what's happening in legal because he couldn't join us. And I'll present that as well. So what's happening in legal? So the covenant is now on the forum. That was the big work that they've been doing up until now. The covenant is the heart of the foundational document for the TEC. It's our declaration. So it's actually really important, and it will be what is used to do arbitration of disputes in the future using Celeste. And they're also having discussions about the TEC Treasury and sub-DAOs and how they can diversify their treasury. The legal meetings happen every other Friday. So if these subjects are interesting to you, or if you're interested in contributing from a legal aspect, do jump on the Friday calls with the legal team. And I'll pass to Juan Carlos for Gravity.
Thank you, Tam. For the updates, you know that we are planning the next Graviton training. For the people who is in their first call, the Graviton training is a 10-session course where we try to practice skills to prevent and manage conflict in DAOs. And we will start from September 21st to November 23rd. We will have 10 sessions, and if you collect 6 or plus of the POAPs, you can become a Graviton. And this special group of people will be like easy access points for people in the community to reach out if they have any conflict and if they need support managing any situation. we just published a blog post talking about this graviton training, and you can register here in this slide. So I will share also the link to these slides. You can register here to the graviton trainings, and today we will also be trying to design our long-term roadmap for gravity, making the first sense making about it, because we want to have clear goals for this project. And also we are doing this informal call on Fridays before mean parties that is called the TEC lounges. And if you want to talk to someone about non-related topics, about non-related to work topics, and if you want to give new ideas and where the place to talk about them, please join these calls, and we can have some fun and continue having community building moments, and not only talking about work, because we also know that by strengthening the relationships between each of us, we will all work better together. And yeah, right now I will pass to SoftGov, but as Livy is on vacation, and that's something that I highly encourage everyone. We don't want burnouts in the organization, and it's important for all of us to recognize and to understand our own limitations and to do work with love. So anytime that you feel that you need time for yourself, this is a very open conversation that we all have, and you just have to say hey, I'm planning to have these weeks, and you just have to search for someone who can help you, or other contributor from your working group, to help you lead your calls, or or do some point some tasks during the time you are off. That's great. And on the updates for this working group, we have 4 proposals that we have been doing for the in the forum that should happen before the commons upgrade. But right now we are in the advice process. We are sharing our ideas and receiving feedback from the community. They are super interesting. They are about rewards mechanisms. They are about governance give backs. They are related to the first buy on the bonding. So yeah, you for sure want to read them. And also there is the SoftGov Zen Hub that is open for everyone. And there are issues that you can take if you want to collaborate in this group. And the other thing that I wanted to say is that we are also trying to make a guideline to understand the different types of voting, and to recognize when to use which vote, because we understand that it's not just using the for any case. It's just it's also to understand when fits better our purposes. So yeah, I think that's something that we will be talking the next SoftGov call about the different voting mechanisms, when better to which one, because we have a lot of proposals, and we also need to understand when and which to each case. So yeah, with that, that's something I can say about SoftGov. If anyone wants to complement, or if not, we can jump to transparency.
Thank you, Juan. Yeah, on transparency, we were finishing the Discord roles document. There were some last edits we had to do, and we were doing it with Ivy and Zero. And it's ready on the Gitbook, and Zero is going to post it on the forum very soon. And then I also wanted to say, guys, advice process is on fire. There is a lot of going on, so I just wanted to say, you guys should take some engagement there. And then for the code of conduct on the platforms, Legal and Gravity are doing some review. So when we have review by the other working groups, we are going to update it and make it up into the Gitbook. And this is what we were doing. And Omega is on vacation, so I think we can skip it. So I'll pass it to Labs.
Thanks, Septimus. Juan, I couldn't agree more about the importance of taking vacation. It's so important. I took 2 weeks off and I came back with like twice as much focus capacity in the day as I had before. Sleep is so important. I can't stress that enough. So the labs, there's lots of exciting things happening in and around the community. We have our weekly syncs on Friday. Right now we're on a series of developing the spec and model for the proposal inverter, which has had some iterations over the years, an idea that was originally drafted through the Common Stack as actually the Giveth proposal engine, and has evolved through the work of Block Science. They've done some modeling and spec design for this, and so we're trying to run this the last few miles across the line to get this to a final spec and model. And actually we have some collaboration with Curve Labs, who says that they're willing to put up developers to finalize the smart contracts once the spec is finalized. So we're doing a series on this. I think we've done 3 sessions so far. I think it'd be nice to do another 4 sessions or so. And we do have some more work lined up for the TEC Labs, and that is research on rewards. And this is in collaboration with the Governauts. So that's point number 4 there. So that'll be the next series that's coming up after this proposal inverter work. And a couple more parallel things we have unfolding in the community is we have CAD study groups happening every Tuesday morning for me at 5 p.m. CEST. That's being led by Peter and various others, so definitely check that out. And we have Token Spice development workshops. Token Spice is a kind of next generation, state-of-the-art token simulation framework developed at Ocean Protocol. It's really cool. It's got EVM in the loop simulations. So every Monday there's a 2-hour workshop happening. Trent McConaughey jumps in there and shares a lot of wisdom, and particularly in software engineering and data science and that kind of stuff. So definitely check that out. We're trying to get as many devs in there as we can. It's a nice sort of seminar style. You can just hop in and watch open development. It's pretty fun. Learn from the masters, the great McConaughey. And check out the rewards research series proposal. Livy just went ahead and posted that proposal, and it's pretty early, but we're going to be consolidating a lot of the practical experience from all the different DAOs, experimenting with different rewards systems. Of course, we have the praise reward system coming out of the TEC and the Common Stack, but we also have SourceCred. SourceCred is a partner on this research as well. So there's actually a rewards DAO that's been spun up, really being led by SourceCred, but the Governauts are having an active engagement in this research as well. And it's a really cool inter-DAO sort of research project that's unfolding. So really cool stuff happening. And I think rewards, that's really close to the heart of token engineering, is how we design our reward systems. So really good research coming out. And thanks for Livy for putting up that proposal. And that's it for labs. And I'll pass it over to the comms working group. We got Chewy here.
Thanks, YGG. Can everybody hear me okay? I seem to have a bad connection. But
You're fine.
Okay, perfect, thanks. Okay, so for the comms working group, we get together on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. PST or 6 p.m. CET. So this next week, we're going to be having something that I believe is really important for the community, since we're going to start getting like a kind of like a proposal that we can upload to the advice process based in our TE Comms DAO. it's no longer gonna be the TEC Comes DAO because Griff and I had like a really good idea that we'd like to like bounce around. So make sure you come to our next working group. It's gonna be basically designing how the future that we're gonna be having in comms. So we've been tweaking this proposal. We've been taking into account Anna Marie's work and Livy's work. So we're very, very excited for this. And I feel that it's also going to be great for other working groups. So make sure you join us next Tuesday. We're also going to be working in the Params Week campaign, which is going to explain hatchers what each like parameter is useful for. And we're gonna be doing this also in our working group. So let's make sure that everybody is as informed as possible before our Commons upgrade. Our HubSpot to-do list, we're almost there. Like we had a great call yesterday. We're just figuring out like this, like the small details, but we're very excited for also taking the most out of our Hatcher mailing list. We're going to be also communicating the Graviton training. We're going to be running this campaign as well. Our TE Scouts meeting is going to happen on Wednesdays. The TE Scouts program is going to have much more sense after the Commons upgrade. So we're also very excited for the potential around this project and the ideas that we've been having. So yeah, let's meet on Wednesday. I feel that most of you will enjoy it a lot. And it's also time for a new comms audit. So thanks, Septi, for that. I'm gonna be asking for your guidance, but we really wanna like just take a look at how it is for them, especially the people around our fund. So thanks, Griffin.
Yeah, thanks, Chewy. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, cool. Chewy's breaking up there for a second, right? I don't know. My internet's been a little dicey today too, so I can't tell who it is. But yes, Params. You guys want to get into the Params working group these days. It is so much fun. We have so much action. I'm excited to let Fabio blow you away in a second. But just to remind you that we do our sync every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time and 5 p.m. Central, like Barcelona time. And then we also have a 4-hour hack session on Sunday, which is really fun. We put on we start with just kind of an update on what's going on and then just put on music and hack and make the Params something and build, the future of collaborative economics. The team is huge at this point, but we can always take more if people want to dive in. Mount Manu has been leading user testing so that Mitch and Marco can improve the Figmas with lots of support from Nuggin and Lauren, kind of being like the overall UX testers. And then, of course, Vitor, YGG, Sam, and Nuggin have done an amazing job putting together a Python backend to make everything work. And of course, it all works because of the amazing documentation on the forum. So major praise to to Nate, Lauren, Mitch, Nuggin, Zepti, and Mount Manu for helping make that happen. And for sure, this is really demo time for the front end. Pedro, Fabio, and Vitor were hacking on this all last week, especially yesterday and the day before, in person in Brazil. It's so cool to have some in-person action in the TEC. But maybe I'll let Fabio take it away. And can you share screen, Fabio, and show us what you've done?
Yeah, for sure. Yes, second. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, as Griff said, we need a lot of user testing actually. So we have been doing on the last 2 weeks on the front end, and we have already done the intro, the learning sections, and finally the modules. So token freeze and token thaw, and the voting part. That's the third one. So I will make a quick walkthrough here so I can show you guys the application, and then I will send the link as well on the Discord, and you can test and send some feedback for us. So this is the landing page. So you can scroll down here, and we have the path towards the launch. So we had the hatch, as you know. We are here at the Commons upgrade, and the next step is our economy. So we need to design our economy. We need to choose some params, some components, and we are doing this using this front end, starting by the intro part, as I said. So we have an introduction. It describes a little bit each module. So first transitioning from the hatch, and then the economic engine, modifying the commons, and requesting funds. So each intro part explains a little bit of each module configuration. If you want to go to the configuration, just click here, but I truly recommend that you see the introduction and also the tutorial. So following the introduction, we have the tutorial. So the learning sections, so click here and then here. And we have now much more context, much more text, and much more links. So a lot of external links. I think Mitch is working on putting the links here. I forgot this, sorry, but he's doing for me. And yeah, here we have a lot of text. I especially recommend that you all read about the token freeze and token thaw and disputable voting. That's the two models we have already done. So let me skip. And yeah, let's go to the launch and the configuration. So this is the first module. So token freeze and token thaw. It's all working. You can play around with those terms. So change it here or change it here. It's working. The charts work. And also we have a table here. So it has a more description on the chart points and also the percentage of tokens released and price floor. So yeah, play around. And the second config module that we have done is modifying the commons. So please click here, and then we will go to the third part. So here we can play around with these horizontal bar charts. And yeah, again, just play around, try to change the params, see the charts modifying, and please send us feedback if you find something weird. I was testing before the call and I found something very weird here, but I will take a look right after this meeting finished. I think that's it.
Amazing work. Amazing work. A huge milestone for the Params team getting this dashboard out. I'm sure you guys remember the old dashboard. How much nicer is this one, huh? Oh man, it's just a beauty. So excited to get this out there and be proud of showing people that collaborative economics can be beautiful. So thank you, Fabio, for the great work. Mitch, amazing work, of course, as well, and everyone else on the Params team. Oh, I should be sharing screen. I'm sorry. If you guys want to play with it, you can check the Params channel. I just put the demo link there and also the issues link is just above it. Please be lavish with your issues. Let's make this thing as amazing as we can. Don't be shy to make any issue, and we'll handle it from there. So thank you guys so much for testing this out. And with that, I'll throw it to the Mitch. Do you have anything to add for Params?
No, Fabio pretty much covered it all.
Great. Yeah, and if you want to do any detailed user testing and see a preview of the augmented bonding curve and conviction voting stuff, talk to Mount Manu, DM Mount Manu, and you can get a sneak peek of what's up next. But with that, we'll throw it to Common Swarm. So we meet every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. CET. And we actually just added a Thursday hack session. I'll get that up here on the timing where we can do more active engagement. There hasn't been it's been a lot of behind the scenes work for the Common Swarm this week, mostly just pushing on EVM CRISPR, getting the library up to date. Our big goal is to get the TEC Gardens to upgrade it into a Commons and test all of the cool migration tooling that has been built, so that we can play with the bonding curve and get everyone a demo of the future Commons. It probably won't be coming next week because we ran into some major issues with EVM CRISPR, so that's where we're really pushing. But we also took the time to do kind of a review, maybe a post-mortem of sorts on the hatch, and make sure to document all of the things that could be improved for future Commons that want to use the tech that we just made. So that was really valuable. But that's pretty much it for the Common Swarm. If you guys want to participate in helping this out, there is actually a lot of testing in the Gardens side of things. So if you jump into the OneHive Discord and go to the Gardens Discord, you can start playing around with the Commons if you want to start seeing what it'll be like to vote with conviction voting and all of that stuff. They're always open for more support on user testing there. But with that, I think we have 13 minutes, which is great, for the TEC Spotlight. I'm very excited about this one. It's by Peter, who's been in the game forever, pushing Upala. And maybe I'll just let you take it away, Peter, and tell us all about it.
Thank you, Griff. First of all, I want to praise Nate for inviting me. Really happy to be here. He said I can skip the community call, but I just wanted to spy, and this was awesome. I'm blown away with how lively and how cool your community life is. And congrats on collecting the funding. That's a super cool milestone. Now let me share my screen and I'll show you the presentation of Upala. Can you see my screen? And the pointer?
Yep. Yeah, we see the pointer and the screen.
Cool, thanks. Greetings, humans. We are Upala, an anti-Sybil system for the apps and a decentralized identity of the future. So today there is no reliable way to tell humans apart from bots on Ethereum or in cyberspace as well. And there are over 1 billion people without any ID in the world. These are the parts of the unique human problem, and this is what we are solving. Existing solutions out there, many of them we already love, like Bright ID, POAP protocol, Proof of Humanity, IDENA, provide a human uniqueness score in percents. So we don't do that in Upala. Our uniqueness score is measured in dollars, and this score represents the price of forgery for this account, or how much it would cost to forge the account. And this price is sorry, it's too late, so my English sometimes goes to basics. I need to remember stuff. This price is derived by market dynamics. So the main building block of Upala is a group. Users join groups, and the groups have pools of money, and groups assign scores to all of their users. But groups have to remember that the scores are also an explosion reward, meaning that any user at any time can run away and grab the amount of money corresponding to their score from the pool. This, from one side, incentivizes group to let only trusted members in and to assign the right scores to every user. And from the other side, it gives a very reliable threshold to the apps, because the apps now know how much group staked on each user. So this is very reliable metrics, and the apps are willing to pay fees for this information. And from that, we have competition. And as Upala provides a monetization method for any human verification test, it makes sense for any human verification test to wrap into Upala protocol and provide their information to the apps. And these groups compete. And competition among them pushes their scores up. But as the score is also an explosion reward, the bots are pushing scores down. And market this way calculates the price of forgery for every user and every verification method used. For example, let's take SMS. Let's assume that faking SMS costs $2. So it makes sense for us to set the price of the user rating, the user score past the user score to those who pass the SMS verification to $2, because if we set the score higher, then, for example, to $3, that means that malicious user can have a profit of $1. So they forge for $2, they explode, meaning they liquidate the Upala identity and they get the reward of $3, and so profit $1. So we'd better stick to the price of forgery, and every group iteratively come to this price for their verification methods. Groups really start to shine when you combine them. So some groups may decide not to curate users directly, but curate other groups. And those may provide very high scores to their users. Saying that, Upala can provide a very wide range of scores from $1 to basically unlimited amounts, which could be much higher than price of forgery of state IDs. So what we are starting with is this Blade Runner DAO is a single group that will curate other groups, and the apps will connect to this group and query scores from them. Also, I want to mention use cases, but because this is not that obvious. One of the use case of Upala is quality control. For example, Gitcoin may assess human verification methods that they use and come with price of forgery for each of those methods, and based on that they can tweak their trust bonus. Another use case, of course, is direct using of user rating. So some DApps may require a threshold, for example, of $5 to enter some kind of services they provide. And another use case is using your ID as collateral in some loan app. By doing so, you can have an totally uncollateralized loans, meaning you don't need to put any money. You just need to stake your ID to get the loan. So that's basically it. We have another maybe 5 minutes. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer. Thanks again for having me, by the way.
Amazing way to use token engineering to actually create identity, man. Are there any major users of it yet? You said this Blade Runner is kind of the first group providing a score.
Blade Runner is an MVP of what we are building. Actually, we are still building it and looking for a team. If anyone knows anybody who are proficient in JavaScript, I'd be happy to have on board. So yeah, we're still building it.
Nice. Anyone else have any questions?
There is also a proposal on TEC forum. Check that as well.
Oh yeah, nice. Thank you for that. Where's the best place to follow Upala? Like, I assume Twitter and.
Yeah, we have Twitter account and the dashboard, which is the like most active place to see what's going on. I will share those links, I guess, in the community hall channel. Is it the best place to share?
That's a great place, and also the forum post that you have is always a good spot as well.
Okay. Okay.
Both and.
Okay. I'll share that after the call.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for this awesome presentation. I also know that you are a member of the Panvala League. So
Yeah.
If you guys want to support token engineering and fused identity solution, definitely look at the Gitcoin round coming up in a couple weeks and get some pan and get Upala some extra juice flowing their direction.
Cool. Thanks. I'm also now the member of Trusted Seed and has some help with Hatch, and really happy to do that. Really happy to be here on the call. Thank you for having me. Like, this is awesome experience. I'm a bit envy because my community is like in very, very early stages. Not that lively.
Well,
I'm working on it.
Of course. Well, thank you so much, man, and thank you for the compliments on our community exercises there.
Yeah.
A lot of fun for sure. And of course, everyone, it's always nice to take a couple extra minutes. Next up is Gravity, the Gravity Call. So thank you so much for coming to the community call. And but don't miss Gravity. Wonka, do you have a spoiler for today?
Yeah, we will be talking about the second Graviton training checklist, like following up, and we will be doing an exercise to see what would be like a long-term roadmap for Gravity, like what would be the year 2022 for us and what would be our goals. So yeah, that would be a really great participatory experience for today.